The 1619 Project, Sugar, Chapter 3 by Khalil Gibran Muhammad, presented by Tiffany Orr, Kayla Polk, and Avery Stevens. Sugar, something most Americans consume on the daily and treat as just another ingredient. Chapter 3, Sugar, of the 1619 Project by Khalil Gibran Muhammad fully grasps the history of sugar and how diluted it is. In his essay, he examines the central role of Louisiana sugar plantations in the construction of American slavery and capitalism. He underscores the centrality of sugar, which is referred to as white gold, to the transatlantic slave trade, where enslaved Africans labored under difficult conditions in risky situations to harvest sugarcane. Muhammad also ties this historical exploitation to racial health gaps, noting that blacks in this day and age disproportionately suffer from diseases related to excessive sugar consumption, such as obesity and diabetes. Throughout this essay, Muhammad draws attention to the trials and tribulations the enslaved Africans went through, the waterways sugar ported through, as well as the people who dealt in sugar trading, and the long-lasting effects sugar had on the U.S.
Sugar perfectly embodies the corrupt experience Black Americans face today. In modern America, roots of racism and discrimination have set in place a system that makes the common Black experience one of cruel irony. We do so much to fit in and pave a good path for us in society, only to receive the leftover scraps given to us. For example, look at female rapper and songwriter Megan Thee Stallion, a successful Black woman in America who has been hated and ridiculed all because of her triumph. No matter how hard we work in this country, Black Americans will never feel what it's like to fully be in power or be broken out of this curse because of the systemic loop we've been placed in. For this reason alone is why Sugar by Khalil Gibran Muhammad from the 1619 Project is the perfect example of this occurrence. It shows how the sugar industry corrupted Black America and placed us at the bottom of the social pyramid.
The sugar industry wasn't just harmful towards Black Americans, but very deadly as a result of being built on extreme violence and slavery. In Louisiana, sugar factory workers worked up to 18 hours a day. These sugar workers often had to endure straining labor. For example, taking in the unbearable heat, having to harvest sugarcane by hand, with people losing fingers and lives. With this, historian Richard Follett further highlights that sugarcane was the single most murderous plantation crop in America. Sugar, also known as white gold, was a non-stop demand, with even children being forced into labor, taking on the hard challenges of many injuries and deaths. Slavery ended in 1865, but the lasting repercussions of sugar still lingers. In many low-income Black neighborhoods, healthy foods are often hard to find. These areas are currently known as food deserts, where many stores are filled with processed sugary snacks. Contrarily, back then, sugar wasn't just a sweetener. It was a crop manufactured by Black bodies, further signifying the irony of the situation. When we think of sugar, we think of the taste of a birthday cake, holiday desserts, your favorite candy, or any refreshing drink. But as the truth conspires, sugar kills. In Chapter 3, Sugar, of the 1619 Project, author Khalil Gibran Muhammad tells us that sugar wasn't just as sweet as it seems to be. Even after slavery was abolished, Blacks continued living in poverty as a result of this corrupt system. This chapter wants its readers to focus on how sugar wasn't just any cash crop like tobacco or cotton, but it was a weapon formed against us. It scarred many Blacks due to its capabilities to break lives. Still today, its legacy appears in stores we may go to. Sugar may taste sweet, but the history behind it is devastating.